Hello everyone, welcome back to Jed Bedrock Airsoft. I am finally back, and today I think you're gonna like this video I have because it's gonna be kind of educational, a little bit fun, or just gonna have a good time. My entire airsoft career, I've always been against mesh goggles, mesh face masks, mesh goggles. I have always been against them for several reasons. A, they're mesh. They're not certified under any protection certification, so they don't have to like prove anything when it comes to safety. Like even these glasses I have here, on the lens they have a safety rating, and mesh goggles don't have to give that. So when you put a mesh goggle on, you're really just hoping and dreaming and praying that it actually protects you. Now, for the most part against airsoft they will. These are actual shooting glasses, and they're actually rated, for shrapnel, which is mostly what people use for airsoft. But then you get some people who use mesh because they say it doesn't fog, and they don't have to worry about that. With that comes a few downsides. Fog can be managed. The issues that come with mesh, not really. Most of the issues with mesh come with after the mesh has already aged. It's rusted underneath the paint is old and cracking, and you've heard the old story, when you get shot with mesh you get paint and rust, shot in your eyes, your mouth and stuff, which is true. Now the mesh that I'll be working with today are these. So I bought several common mesh masks off of Evike. If you like these, I can put the links down in the description, or you can just look at the link to know what not to buy. Now this particular one, the Matrix Tactical Systems mesh mask, this is actually one that we used as a rental mask at an indoor field I used to go to, and I'm interested to see how it performs brand new. These packages have never been opened, so we'll see how it goes. I'm interested to see if the issues with mesh come up even when they're brand new compared to when they're aged. So we'll see how that is. Then we got this one. This is another Matrix Tactical Systems mask. It's like the full thing. It's got like the eye slits here and then the full mesh. Now the issue with this one is you can't really see it yet, but it only has like a little bit of material actually holding the mesh lens into the mask. So we'll see how this performs, especially with higher FPSs. And then we have Airsoft mask. Not instilling confidence, that's for sure. This one is actually pretty common to see among people, interestingly enough. It was relatively cheap, so we'll see how this one goes. I have gotten the helpful assistance of my friend Bob. Bob is going to be helping us out today. He is going to be wearing everything. Isn't that right, Bob? He's not happy. Anyways, so I have put some sticky pads on his eyes here, so every time I shoot I'll get to see did anything actually come off and get into his eyes. So this will be interesting. Bob, are you ready? He's never ready. We got Bob here, and he's got our mask on and everything, and this particular mask I didn't realize until I actually tried it on for fitting on Bob. Your eyes sit right here at the very bottom of the mask. It is the most uncomfortable thing ever. And then over here I've got a GoPro 13 that we're gonna catch this in slow motion, which will be pretty cool. And let's get on with the test. First up is, well, to be honest, I don't really know what this is. It's a Colt something. It's a Springer, and I've got Colt .12s, and I'm shooting at 0.07 joules. I don't think this is going to do anything. If it does, then I'm going to rethink my life. Probably cock it first. I hit about here, and nothing. Absolutely nothing, not even a scratch. Next up is the Springer Desert Eagle. I'm loaded up with Colt .12s, shooting at about 0.25 joules. Let's see how it does. I don't think it's going to do anything, but may as well try. I don't think it did much of anything. I was having a really hard time actually getting it to like hit the face mesh. There's like some marks up here where I kept striking the top rim, though I did end up hitting in here at some point, and yeah, nothing. I mean, the .12s don't even seem to be breaking. Like, they're just not hitting it hard enough. So let's move on to some of the higher stuff. For this one, I've got my indoor rifle. It needs a new spring, so it's shooting pretty low, but you know, you do what you can do. In this one, I got some e-bike tracer biodegradable .2s, and I'll be hitting him with 0.85 joules. That doesn't sound like a lot, but we'll see how it does. And today I've got my new Smoky Wolf tracer on it. Yeah, you're not really going to be able to see the smoke, but it looks cool nonetheless. All right, Bob. Shot Bob in the forehead. It's going to take a while for him to trust me again. Stop squirming. All right, so you can see here, these are the two places that I shot him in the forehead. Other than that, I shot him right in here the whole time. And nope, not a scratch. Seems to be fine. Let's see how his eyeballs fared. No, they seem to be doing good. I don't see anything on them that like isn't like dust and stuff, so seems like he's doing pretty okay. Let's move on to the higher powered weapons. All right, for the next one, I've got my new Elite Force 1911 coming in at about 1.06 joules, firing G&G 0.25 gram BBs. Let's see how this goes. Gotta admit, I really love this gun. Kicks like a mule. It's excellent. It's not until we reached higher weight BBs over things like the .2s where it's really hard to see on the camera. I don't know if I can get it at an angle that it'll show, but you can definitely tell and feel that there are very noticeable dents in these goggles wherever I shot with the .25s. So if you're at an indoor field and someone shooting at about a joule with .25s, it could definitely get interesting. Now, I just had a semi-automatic pistol. If they hit you like a burst of like full auto, that could get interesting, but there are very noticeable dents. Let me see if... No, Bob doesn't have anything in his eyes, but very noticeable dents, so we'll keep going. Next up is going to be my Crytek modified G&G F2000. I absolutely love this gun, and today we're going to be hitting poor old Bob with G&G .28 biodegradable BBs, firing at 1.25 joules. So it's about 0.25 joules below what the max of this gun can be putting out on an outdoor field. So we're gonna see how Bob fares if you were to play at an outdoor field. Mind you, the outdoor field, at least that I play at, has no safety distance. So at a range of 20 to 25 feet that I'm hitting Bob from, all of these weapons, maybe except for the last one, have no distance that they have to be at. So this is very realistic of what Bob could be suffering on a field within normal parameters. So let's hit him. Let's see how it goes. Bob, you're gonna earn a gift after this one. All right, Bob, old chum, how did you fare? Okay, now this is interesting. So I hit him over here, and you can't really see it on the camera probably, but there are very, very noticeable dents in, okay, there you can see them. There are very noticeable dents where I shot him. Even if I shot him with just one BB, each one of those BBs made a very noticeable dent. Now, because this mask is new and it has never like been played with and there's no moisture or sweat or anything in there, I don't think you're gonna get paint flaking off this early in the mask's life. But field it 2-3 times, sweat in it, get moisture in there, and then, you know, the weeks between times that you play, it's gonna start to rust underneath there, and you'll get paint. And see, if I take it off, there's nothing on Bob's eye. So that just goes to show that you're not gonna get paint coming off unless it is in that situation where it's rusting and aging. But you do definitely get dents, at least with this one. Now let's take it up to the extreme and see how this mask handles a very extreme situation. Now let's see how Bob handles an extreme case. Got my Novrich L96, firing Novrich .46 biodegradable BBs, and we're gonna hit Bob at about a quarter of the range that you would normally with the safety distance of a sniper rifle. Now this situation is severe, but it is not uncommon. If someone is sniping from the side of a building and you walk out in front of them right as they're pulling the trigger, you're gonna want something that'll survive that if they hit your eyes. So let's see how Bob fares when he gets hit this close with this. Mask is not doing okay. There are actually chunks of BB stuck in the actual mesh of the mask, and you can see those major dents if you were to take that hit at closer range. Definitely not something you want to do. I did hit a BB down here, and you can't see it, but I can feel it. It has permanently dented in that rubber. Let's see, did any paint come off? No, nothing really visible. Oh no, wait a second. Okay, you can't really see them, but there are tiny BB fragments in Bob's eye. So you still run the risk that if the BB explodes, you could get something in your eye. And these BBs definitely exploded on Bob's mask. Here's the new mask that Bob's gonna be wearing. It's a full face coverage. His eyes are about here and here. And we're gonna be giving this one a shot, see how it does. And unfortunately, due to the 90 degree weather heat I have here, my slow-mo GoPro 13 has given it up for today. All right, we're gonna do the same thing we did before. I've got this Colt 22 with Colt .12s at 0.07 joules. I'm gonna take a few shots at Bob and then see how it goes. See if I can hit it this time. And no ammo. Forget it. Wasn't gonna do anything anyways. Moving on. Let's see if the Deagle can actually hit it. It can. Hit Bob, like right here with the BB. And except for a piece of white BB in the mesh, it didn't do anything. Only got 2 shots out of it, but I hit him square in the eye. Let's see how he did. Right off, it's a little piece of BB in there. Good. Bob, can you get that out of your eye? Bob. Okay. And you can't really see it, but there is a noticeable dent right where that hit. I can feel it. So this one didn't dent as badly as the other one, but it did. This one does seem to like leaving chunks of BB in the mesh as opposed to the other one. So let's graduate up to the F2000 and see what it does. So let's see how he fares with this. Out of ammo.
I'll be back.
Alright, you filthy son of a gun. I'm back. Because it was a full face mask, I just kind of put a lot of shots everywhere. And interestingly enough, it actually did more damage than I was expecting. Even though this thing is new, you definitely got paint coming off on that one. It definitely came off. The entire eyepiece is like slightly warped. We felt it. Oh, yeah, oof. Yeah, Bob, you're gonna need help. Yeah, that's the issue with these. Like you can see in here, you can see in there where it's taken off the paint. I don't know if it shows up on camera very well, but yeah, that is that's a rough day, Bob. That's rough, buddy. Now we're gonna do a severe case of Bob's got the case of the unluckies. Hang on, this isn't gonna hurt. Maybe. Ooh. I didn't hit the eye, but he definitely felt that one. Oh! Alright, and pretty it was not. I hit Bob a few times. There are literally BB flakes and pieces. I don't know if you can see them. They're a white BB. Well, here's an outright chunk of a BB right here. There's one right there. Just absolutely destroyed. And so is the lens, apparently. I tried to hit the other one, but he was kind of turned away from me. So let's see. Not really any more paint than Bob had before. Okay, I've got Bob outfitted with these goggles. Now, these goggles are probably the most common I've ever seen, especially among anyone that I've seen use mesh outdoors. These are pretty much what they'll be wearing. I have never worn these, and I've never tested them, so I'm really curious to see how they do. You're a trooper, Bob. We've already proven that this does nothing. You're pretty safe against this, even if you're wearing a piece of Nerf goggles or glasses. So this is kind of a moot point. This is a little better. You're gonna want something actual to defend from this. But got one shot left. Colt .12s in the Deagle at 0.25 joules. Let's see if I can hit Bob in the eye. Maybe. All right, Bob, you trust me? I wouldn't either. Hit him in the lips. I hope he has good insurance. Let's try something different. All right, we got the 1911 firing .25s at 1.06 joules. All right, let's see how he fared. I think I pierced his ear at least once. There's actually some BB stuck in here like there was with the last one. There's some BB over here. Now over here, they actually dented it a fair bit. Actually, everywhere it hit, it dented. Yeah, I think Bob did get some extra chunks in his eye, especially on the left eye over here. The right one is not doing so well. Now, I wasn't able to clean it off from last time, but there's definitely a lot more like BB debris and stuff in there. So that's not good for the old fella. Okay, now on to the F2000. See how Bob fares. All right, here's a taste of outdoors, buddy. Now, he's got a lot of damage. I mostly hit him over here. He's got a lot of damage. Ooh, he's gonna need stitches. Sorry about that, buddy. Most of the damage was over here. I don't think more. He's got an extra little scuff up here. So I don't know. I would assume that not much more damage was done. There's just a lot of deformation of the actual lens. All right, got the L96 with an average .46 BBs. Let's give Bob a world of pain. Okay, so yeah, not ever wearing these. I hit up here and it just outright broke in half with one BB. One. If you got winged by like a sniper or an LMG at close range, like if you ran out in front of them within their safety distance, that would not be a good day for you. I mean, if this was your only pair of goggles, your day is basically done with that BB alone. Now let's check it out. Oh yeah, Bob's eyes, both of them, are just covered in BB shrapnel. This one got even worse over here. Now let's see what happened with these. So there's definitely way more deformation with every single BB shot, and the frame is obviously cracked. Over here, it has a lot of deformation too, just adding on top of the other ones. And I also winged the frame here, and you can see that mighty dent in the actual plastic frame. And then amazingly on the back side, it didn't actually like lose much, if any, paint. It just really deformed. But as this thing would age and take in moisture and rust underneath, paint is just gonna start flying out the back. All right, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video today. This is my first one, so it's a little rusty. Things are definitely gonna get better from here. I'm really excited to bring you new gameplay, new everything, honestly. I'm gonna be changing out the channel completely. Outdoor stuff, design stuff, gameplay stuff. I've got some new stuff in the pipelines. Gun painting, if you want to get into that, I'll be doing a bunch of that on the channel as well as time goes on. Giveaways and all that kind of sort of stuff. So if you like the video, please like, please subscribe if you want to see more. I'm gonna have a lot more down the pipeline. I'm so excited to do this with you guys. Me and Bob will be back sometime in the future to bring you guys another video, and I will see you guys next time.